In this video, we're diving into 10 massive lawsuits shaking Hollywood's biggest names. From Sean Diddy Combs facing life-altering charges to Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni caught in a $400 million legal storm, these cases reveal the high stakes behind the glitz and glamour. Behind every flashbulb lies a courtroom battle that could end careers. I've analyzed grainy, redacted court documents, consulted legal experts, and mapped out timelines to break it all down. This isn't gossip. It's a deep dive into the legal crises reshaping entertainment as we know it. Stay tuned to uncover the stories behind the headlines. Diddy's legal nightmare. Sean Diddy Combs built a music empire worth billions, but now he's fighting for his freedom. Over 80 lawsuits accuse him of sexual assault, trafficking, and running a criminal enterprise, with federal prosecutors warning he could face life in prison if convicted. Documents obtained by The Washington Post outline charges of sex trafficking, forced labor, and obstruction of justice. Prosecutors described disturbing events called freak-offs, parties where women were allegedly drugged and coerced into sex. Employees of Combs' businesses reportedly arranged travel, hotels, and drugs for these events. Cassie Ventura, one of the accusers, claims Combs manipulated her into an abusive relationship when she was 19. Other lawsuits allege assaults on minors at his properties. One survivor recounted waking up in a hotel room with Combs after being drugged, while others described being passed around to his associates while incapacitated. The indictment alleges Combs used violence and threats to silence victims, with his security team and assistants helping to cover up crimes. Prosecutors say this pattern of abuse spanned years, shielded by his power in the industry. His net worth has plummeted from $1 billion to $400 million since the lawsuits began, with his businesses, including Bad Boy Records and Revolt TV, now at risk of collapse. Legal experts suggest this case could redefine Hollywood accountability. The scale of accusations and severity of charges set it apart from past scandals. If convicted, Combs would be the most powerful entertainment figure ever sentenced for such crimes. Survivor accounts paint a harrowing picture, with allegations of beatings, threats with firearms, and forced NDAs under duress. The financial fallout has been swift. Combs owes millions in legal fees, while endorsements and distribution deals for his liquor brand have evaporated. Streaming platforms have removed his music from playlists, cutting into royalties. Even if acquitted, his reputation may be irreparably damaged. This case could inspire more victims to come forward against other powerful figures, as social media makes it harder to suppress allegations. Combs' carefully crafted image as a businessman and philanthropist now hangs in the balance. Blake Lively's $400 million feud. What started as a romantic drama adaptation has spiraled into a legal thriller. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's $400 million feud over the film adaptation of It Ends With Us has revealed behind-the-scenes turmoil that derailed what should have been a straightforward production. The conflict began when Baldoni, the film's director and producer, accused Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds of spreading false claims about his behavior. Court documents allege they told producers Baldoni created an unsafe working environment, while Baldoni's lawsuit claims these accusations were baseless and intended to push him off the project. Tensions reportedly started when Baldoni contacted Lively directly about script changes, bypassing her agent. Matters worsened when he allegedly refused to adjust shooting schedules for her family commitments, later describing her as difficult and unprofessional to crew members. Lively's legal team escalated the situation with a formal complaint accusing Baldoni of harassment, citing incidents where he allegedly yelled at crew members and made inappropriate comments about her appearance. Baldoni denies these claims, presenting witness statements from crew members who dispute the allegations. The $400 million figure reflects projected losses, with Baldoni claiming the conflict damaged his reputation and cost him future directing opportunities. His production company says 3 projects were canceled due to the fallout. Lively countersued, citing emotional distress and interference with her creative control over the film. Set photographers captured heated exchanges, including one instance where Lively walked off set after Baldoni criticized her performance in front of the crew. Text messages submitted as evidence show producers scrambling to mediate as deadlines loomed. The feud has disrupted the production like cracks, spreading through a once seamless facade, with $50 million already spent reshooting scenes and marketing plans stalled. Emails reveal the studio debated replacing Baldoni mid-production, fearing contract violations with the book's author. Meanwhile, Baldoni's team claims Lively intentionally delayed filming to gain leverage. Allegations from a makeup artist about Baldoni's behavior further complicate the case. Though his team denies wrongdoing, neither side is backing down, setting the stage for a trial that could reshape dynamics between stars and directors. A$AP Rocky's 24-year threat. A$AP Rocky's legal troubles have reached a critical point, with the rapper facing up to 24 years in prison over allegations he fired a gun at his former friend and collaborator, Terrell Efron. This wasn't an isolated incident, but the culmination of years of tension between the two men. The November 2021 altercation led to charges being filed over a year later, after prosecutors gathered a substantial body of evidence. Security footage reportedly shows Rocky drawing a gun during an argument on a Hollywood street. Bullet casings at the scene matched a weapon found in his possession, and text messages reveal heated disputes over unpaid debts in the days leading up to the shooting. Witnesses described Rocky as increasingly agitated, with one producer recalling him muttering threats before storming out of a studio session that night. Efron, also known as ASAP Relly, claims Rocky shot at him 4 times during a dispute over money. He filed a $25,000 lawsuit for assault and emotional distress, but the criminal case looms larger, with potential prison time regardless of the civil outcome. Medical records indicate Efron sustained minor injuries, likely from grazed bullet fragments. The evidence against Rocky is extensive. Police reports reveal he initially denied being at the scene, despite video evidence and phone records placing him there. Detectives found the gun in a safe at his home, and ballistics tests linked it to the casings. Legal experts are divided. Some believe his fame makes him a target for prosecutors, while others argue his high-powered legal team could exploit weaknesses in the case. The fallout has been swift. Record labels paused his projects, endorsement deals vanished, and even A$AP Mob has distanced itself. Rihanna, notably absent from court hearings, is reportedly focusing on their children. Social media remains divided, with fans debating whether Rocky crossed a line. Legal analysts suggest a plea deal may be his best option, but with so much evidence, the stakes couldn't be higher. The next hearing will determine if this case heads to trial, a gamble that could define Rocky's future. Garth Brooks' hidden scandal. Garth Brooks built a career on being country music's nicest guy. But now, allegations threaten to dismantle that image. A former makeup artist has accused him of sexual assault during a 2019 work trip, filing a lawsuit with graphic details that starkly contrast his wholesome persona. The alleged victim claims the attack occurred in a hotel room after a concert, where Brooks had invited her to discuss makeup plans for the next show. Court documents describe a violent encounter. She alleges Brooks pinned her down despite her protests, leaving bruises that coworkers noticed the next day. Medical records from shortly after the incident reportedly show injuries consistent with her account. The lawsuit also includes text messages she sent to a friend that night, describing the alleged assault as it happened. Brooks denies the accusations, calling them complete fiction. The delay in filing the lawsuit stems from Tennessee's look-back window law, which temporarily allowed older sexual assault cases to be brought forward. The accuser's lawyer says she was inspired to act after seeing other women speak out against powerful men. Her initial complaint was dismissed on technical grounds, but she refiled with additional evidence, including witness statements from crew members who say she appeared distraught after the alleged incident. Brooks's legal team counters with hotel security footage showing the woman leaving his room calmly, arguing it undermines her claims. Her attorney, however, asserts that trauma responses vary, and the footage doesn't reveal what happened inside the room. Legal analysts suggest the case will likely hinge on credibility rather than physical evidence. The financial stakes are high. Brooks' multi-million-dollar empire, including tour revenues and endorsements, could take a hit if the lawsuit succeeds. Some brands may distance themselves, and industry insiders report that a few radio stations have already pulled his songs from rotation. Fans remain divided. Online debates rage between those defending Brooks and others supporting the accuser. Meanwhile, Brooks has canceled meet and greets, and his wife, Trisha Yearwood, has been absent from public appearances, fueling speculation about their relationship. As the case unfolds, the music industry watches closely, knowing its outcome could set a precedent. Hollywood's untouchables aren't untouchable anymore. From Diddy facing life in prison to Garth Brooks battling assault claims, the industry is at a crossroads. Will these cases bring real accountability or just more NDAs and quiet settlements? Temporary law changes in New York and California have already empowered survivors to speak up after decades of silence. Blake Lively's $400 million feud shows even A-listers aren't immune to messy legal battles. So, will Hollywood finally learn that power has consequences? Share your thoughts. Did any case shock you? Which story feels most credible? Let's hear your take on this unfolding industry reckoning.